Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition Taishi on the series JG. Things are going pretty well in the last couple of videos. I had a video which I may or may not post that I threw out because of like goofy morale stuff in combat I didn't understand, or I lost a battle where I never actually engaged in any combat. Still haven't decided if I'm going to include that as a like bonus non-canon vid. And I don't, in these long-term strategies, like in Panzer General, I made a real point, because all these people were harping on how much better they were at the game than I was, and I made a big deal of not going back and loading and replaying stuff if the RNG was against me and trying to actually take my lumps and win the game legit. Have a little history of doing the opposite, like in RTK once, RTK 10. I just tossed out a video because we lost a battle I didn't think we should have lost, and more importantly, it wouldn't have changed the outcome. It was just going to make it take a lot longer. We were already winning. It was just going to really slow us down. And I didn't feel like redoing a bunch of fights to get back, you know. But in this case, yeah, definitely toss a battle that would have really made it difficult for us to take over Shikoku in a timely manner, or at least the part of Shikoku that we are taking over. Shimaza Shikoku. But for now, we are really into, it's kind of just time for us to chill out and wait for plot events before we engage and destroy the Aso clan. That's going to trigger some stuff with the Uzugi Clan, I think they're called. Let's look at the diplomatic view. The Ryokoji are allied with the Aso. They're allied with all these little clans here. But something's coming up where they're going... Oh, no, they have trading going on with... Well, anyway. Something's going to happen, which I guess I shouldn't spoil. Meanwhile, these guys are allied with the Ryokoji, but the Ryozoji, but the Matsura and Arima are actually subjugated to them. And that'll be interesting. But we're going to roll all those guys up and then take care of the Otomo, who now hates the Uzogi, the Uzogi. Hate them more than anyone else. These guys have really low trust of us. I can't see any particular reason why. But, so for us, we've unlocked everything now. We've won 10 or more battles. Oh, no, we haven't won Rush yet. 5 bases with 55 for higher popularity. 10 or more officers, 70 more Val. Wow, I thought we'd done some of this. Oh, no, we have. We need 2,000 or more muskets. I could have sworn we'd already had that at some point. 10 or more battles. 10 or more officers to 70 or more Val. Okay, let's check, because now I'm confused as to how the text works here. So for our own base, officers, Val, we'll sort by Valor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 or more. And we've clearly got that. So the ones that the text is in yellow, but the condition underneath is in gray, are we have not won yet. So apparently we haven't won 10 battles. And that's the only thing we haven't done yet. So we should be getting luring pretty soon. Okay, in the meantime, time will pass. Oh, you know, I meant to actually do more with the infantry. Besho is eliminated by Soga. Soga are kind of floating between Shikoku and I guess they're also trying to get onto Honshu. I kind of wish that Chozukabe would finish them off. There'd be one less force that's not allied with me.
Can I not achieve my resolve?
Apparently not. Sorry, friend.
I'm going to report.
Doesn't matter if you want me to report or not. I'm doing it, bitch.
This is from last month.
So we're doing well saving up the gold. So we can either just let it stockpile and wait for the Imperial Court to come take it away and give us a title in exchange. Or I can start recruiting more infantry, or we can really work on development, like heavy duty, even stuff like forges that I hadn't been bothering to develop. So, always trying to, even though I'm not stationing that many officers there, I'm trying to get like the best possible university town down here, where every officer situated there is going to get tons of extra experience or stat boost stuff. Serena Sea, working on trading towns, that makes sense. Elmendred of the Avatar, Yoshihisa Shimazu. And then these lower level trading towns, a lot more people have the ability to help out with. Reservoirs. Doesn't look like we can do all of them, so let's concentrate on the ones that are going to be the most beneficial first. Oh, actually, some of this has to do with where officers are located. I don't think you can teleport across the entire map to develop the facility. So in some cases, that's all the reservoirs that we can work on. Okay. Fishing towns now. Get the level 1 fishing towns up first, because they're cheaper, so we're getting better return. Six muskets per level.
Understood.
I don't think I'm quite where I want to start sinking money into that yet. Kumini is now down to 1. So let's get 1 out of Sadawara. Probably whoever's the weakest officer there. And it looks like that would be you. You got good valor, but everything else is pretty low. And now we're back to having like kind of a normal distribution of officers. More or less. Actually, I want you to go even a little higher. Never mind, 1900 is as good as you're going to get right now, I guess.
I understand.
Oh, this place could have a lot of infantry. Let's get your infantry back down. But still have you have some troops. Just to keep my expenses from going out of control until I'm ready to go to war here.
I understand.
We'll keep infantry at some of these places in case they need to support. I can never remember quite how many troops you get. I think it's 9 units in a march. I can't march anywhere to find out without declaring war, which I don't want to do right now. Because this place could go even higher. And eventually we'll need like 2,500 and 5,000 infantry marching out of a city. That day is coming, guys. The day of Lavos. Sorry, being silly.
I understand.
So we're taking all the infantry out of here for now,
I understand.
because I'm not expecting to have to fight.
I understand.
But we will need it at some point. Actually, you know what? Probably need more militia just to be on the safe side. Yeah, we have 1,500 in each of these places. Just in case. My militia aren't very strong, but if they get attacked, there should be enough numbers to at least do something.
I understand.
And if I ever get ready, when I'm ready to go to war with the Mori, I will definitely
I understand.
get infantry going over here.
I understand. I understand.
And actually, yeah, I really want to get very high infantry
I understand.
infantry over here.
I understand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I will get it going over here as well.
I understand.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cities with infantry, so we'll get Uchi going as well.
I understand.
That should do some interesting things with the gold balance, and I'll have a big army of unstoppable infantry ready to march on their Uzugi when the time comes. It'll take a little while to get all that recruited, though. This is the danger of screwing around with not having infantry ready to go all the time. Uh-oh. Chosakabe, Chocobo army, and Oda are in battle. And now they're actually... Oh no, the Soga had defeated Shosakabe. And that's on Shikoku, too. I don't want to see them losing fights over here. It's kind of okay that the Oda drove them off of Honshu, but I'd like them to actually maintain their hold on Shikoku. Curious to see what this does to my gold balance now, having gotten rid of some infantry and hired others.
I'm going to report. This is from last month.
Well, we still got overall positive gold. Our infantry pay is actually lower than it was, but probably because it quickly fired people, but it takes a while to hire them. The trading town income is less than half of infantry pay. I don't know that we're ever going to have trading town income covering infantry pay. At this point, it's more like I hope it covers the development expenses and commercial expenses.
Please, command me.
So we can assign work to our farmers. Oh, it looks like we got a whole bunch of labor ready to be used. Labor exemption does what? Raises popularity.
I understand.
Don't like it.
I understand.
So I keep making these places my bread baskets because I figure if I'm turning refugees into farmers, I never have to worry about that here because I'm probably not marching out of here with infantry.
I understand. I understand. I understand.
Although I might eventually have to do something with some of those cities.
I understand.
Alright. Trading towns are going to take it's going to be slow work getting the level 6 trading towns up to level 7 because I only have a few officers that can actually do it. The reservoirs are the next. Okay, so I've done what I can with reservoirs. Fishing towns are next, level 3s, followed by any level 1 I need to get, and then any level 3s. Guess I got quite a few guys who can take it up to level 4 and no higher.
I understand.
Some of these, when I look at our, let's see, our income, we have the second best income after the Oda, and we're actually pretty close to the Oda's income. Then for military, balanced musket income. We have the second highest musket income, but it's a huge gap between us and the Yoda. So I'd like to start getting our muskets up as well. Because I've found out reading a fact, apparently horses and muskets, we don't get to use them at the same time. I sort of figured there was a way to do it that we just hadn't found. But there doesn't seem to be a way to do it. You have to have Masamune Date in your army before you're allowed to use dragoons. Maybe like one other officer. That's their term for musket cavalry. Hold on a second, get a sip of tea here. More like a gulp. But, yeah, like apparently you don't get to use them together otherwise. Most places don't do that. Most forces. So we spent all of our money again, but we're actually going to start building up, try to get our musket income a little better. Because that's what I'm using much more often than horses. So I feel like our horse income is already sufficient. And I was trying to keep them apace, but now that I don't get to use them both at the same time, there's no point in doing that anymore. In Sphere of Influence, I was always trying to arm troops with muskets and horses to really increase their attack power. It doesn't quite work that way in this game, so you have to adjust your tactics. So the Chosakabe have really poor aggression right now. I'm hoping they can keep it together, at least not lose to the Oda. If they ask me for help, I'll offer it as far as letting them take over those cities for 6 months and use those troops. But I don't have powerful infantry there. Maybe they would ask if I had powerful infantry there, but I don't.
I'm going to report.
I'm going to report, baby.
This is from last month.
So we lost a lot of money this time. And I see our development expenses are through the roof. Our infantry pay is up as well. But yeah, I just spent a lot of money on development. Yikes.
Let us begin the council.
Let's begin the beginning. Okay, Grumas is glowing with power and he wants to lower investment costs, and I'm down with that. Plus 20. Oh, that's a nice one from JG. I kind of want agriculture too, but I guess we're not getting that this month.
I agree. Let us end this council.
What about a plan like this?
Lady Tolpanzer wants commerce actions up. Yes, that's what I was looking for.
I have a plan.
Kiriyoshi Nowy wants farm reformation, which is another good one. Although, sadly, we haven't got any agriculture points, barely. Influential elders is being done by the Uzugi. Who cares about the Uzugi, really? Well, we can't afford this. It would give us better soil care and mowing. So that would be really good for agriculture. Out here we got agriculture, pull, power up, plus other. Agricultural policies are easier to enact. Interesting. So let's see. Let's do this one first, because it's only costing us commerce. And we don't need commerce for this or for this. Still waiting on that infantry armor. I spent a lot of military points and kind of set it out of our price range for the time being. Now we'll have 3 commerce actions per turn. So that should make it so that we can expand really quickly into new trade zones. Now I'm curious. This says 45-20. One of the things of this is that it makes it easier to enact agricultural policies. So remember, 45 agriculture policy points, 20 diplomacy or rhetoric. 45-20. Let's enact this one. It's still 45-20. So I don't know what it means when it says easier to enact. Maybe they're recommended more often. Either way. I'm now kind of saving up for this. Seed selection would be nice, but we don't actually have access to it. Oh, I guess we do. Never mind. Thought it's one of those question... Okay, it's just not connected to anything else. So honestly, right now, my main focus is going to be... Well, we need everything, but honestly, infantry armor. To get that, we need everything except agriculture, but there's a couple agriculture policies I want too. So as far as what we select at the councils, it's just going to be whatever's giving us the most points overall for a while. Because now with all those commerce points, it's going to be time to keep investing here and expanding everywhere in the world. Because that's expensive. It's going to take a while to pay for itself, but it's giving us a mine. Maybe I want to get rid of that and go here. This will pay for itself much faster. We don't have that much money left for development. But I need to avoid going too crazy with this anyway, because I started throwing money into all these forges, and that gets expensive pretty fast. Trading towns can be improved. I guess you're the only one who's able to improve those trading towns down there. I guess we could do a few more of these. It's an awful lot of forges.
I understand.
But once we get a lot of forges, like that'll double our musket income. Might eventually be able to start selling those for money. In the meantime, oh wow, look at these troop counts. There's something weird going on here. I must have infantry. Yeah, I've got militia too. I don't want that. I want to make sure that they're infantry only.
I understand.
It's 9 is the most I can take, so we can get you up to...
I understand.
Be eating into my profit margins, but... Okay. Once again, waiting for a plot thing that I thought was going to happen by now. It looks like bloody Handed's finished his leadership academy. Get ready for war, boys. Smash those Otomo cowards. We will stick with the Otomo because we do not want them to be conquered until we're ready to conquer them. Trying to maintain the balanced power. Could you lend us your soldiers for about 6 months? Just to borrow these castles. Please select castles you refuse to lend. Oh, they only want to borrow 1 base, and they'll give us 1,000 gold. Sure.
You have my thanks.
Alright, 1,000 gold in exchange for them using some militia from one of our bases to help hold off the Otomo. Or the Uzugi, whatever they're called. And I'm just still waiting for this plot event to trigger. But we got another plot event first. Kagatsuna Naoe. Kagatsuna Naoe served under the Uzugi Clan as a prominent chief retainer, dated back to when Kenshin Uzugi's father, Tamakage Nagao, was in power. Kagatsuna, not having a son to name his heir, adopted a son-in-law to wed his daughter, Osen, unto whom he passed clan leadership. Osen seems like a likely future Samurai Warriors playable character if they continue the series. Unfortunately, his son-in-law, Nobutsuna, was cut down in his own castle during an altercation over feudal compensations. Katsugayama Castle. This is Kanetsugu with his stupid-ass honor helmet before he changes his name. Sir, you called.
Yes, it's about now.
What happened to Sir Nobutsuna was quite unfortunate. I will see to it that punishments and rewards are meted out appropriately so this never happens again. Incidentally, I have something I wish to ask.
Hold on. Hear me out first.
Goodness, forgive my impertinence.
It's fine. What I wanted to ask is, would you consider inheriting the Naoe clan?
But why?
I never thought I'd see the day you answered back.
I apologize. I was taken aback. Truth be told, I wanted to ask you myself about how to handle the Naoe clan now that Nobutsuna is gone. So I'm to inherit clan leadership? But then, what of Osen?
Isn't it obvious? You'll be your husband. Any objections?
None. Words cannot express my gratitude. Kanetsugu's mother was Kanetsugu Naoe's younger sister, making Osen, who was 3 years his senior, his first cousin. As such, he had met her often as a child. Oh, come on, man. Is this like... Are we... Is this the Uzugi clan of, like, West Virginia? Sorry, West Virginians. West Virginia was on the right side of the Civil War. But there is that whole cousin thing. Clan thing is... West Virginia was never a big point for the clan so much. Anyway, Yoita... Yeah, not like... really making people in West Virginia angry for no reason. Yoita Castle, Naoe Clan Manor. Osen. Lord Kanetsugu. Osen, you have my sincere condolences. And yet, it may be inhumane of me to say this, but I simply must. Nobutsuna's passing is a fortuitous turn of events for me. I have repressed my desires for you for the longest time. That's creepy as fuck. I had to because you belong to another, but now no more. So I have no say in whether you express your desires? There are no longer any obstacles to me loving and protecting you with all my heart. What about my feelings? Is that an obstacle, potentially? I will give my heart to no one else, nor will I die and leave your heart broken. Lord Kanetsugu, may I speak? No. Yes, of course, I'm sorry. They make a big deal of this in It's weird. It doesn't come across this way at all in Samurai Warriors 2. But in Samurai Warriors 4, his whole thing is that he's like a blabbermouth. He's like righteous and good person, but he's a huge blabbermouth. So I guess they're making that same joke here. Listen to me go on without a thought for your feelings. It seems to be a theme for me today. It's fine. I feel much the same. I also feel like I go on and on and on without giving others a chance to speak. If I'm honest with myself, part of me has also been longing for this day to arrive. That part of me had given up hope until... Oh, Sen. If you can overlook my shortcomings, I will stay at your side for as long as we live. Tall, beautiful, and politely eloquent, incomparable in manner and physique, sincere in speech. There are many records that laud Kanetsugo Higuchi's appearance and behavior in such terms. Some of these records go further, suggesting that from the day he became Kanetsugo Naoe, he never took a mistress. I was going to say, I thought they were saying that she was tall, beautiful, eloquent, but no, they're talking about Kanetsugo. Sir Nobuhisa has become sick. I believe it'll take a while for recovery. And I'm gonna report. Okay, we've actually made money this month. Our provisions are doing a bit better. Because we're actually saving up fish heads, roly-poly fish heads. I don't think fish heads actually in horse manure have anything to do with your fertilizer levels. At one point I did, based on some text in the descriptions, but I think it's just you get one fertilizer per year unless you get a policy, which makes it 2, and there's probably another policy that makes it 3. At any rate, our musket rate is really still not that impressive, is it? But our development expense is a lot lower that month. Infantry pay is higher. And it's time to call it a video. So I keep really hoping for this plot event to trigger. I'm not exactly sure when it will. But when it does, we'll be back on the march, and we'll have a lot of infantry at our disposal in the area where we need it. Thanks for watching, guys. When we come back next time, we will continue to... We went to war. We took over... Gave ourselves a little foothold in Shikoku. We traded Tomo, Shimazu, in order to have an enduring alliance with the Chosakabe, who we now need to make sure don't get gobbled up by the Oda. But they should be helpful to us as far as like providing a buffer between us and other enemies while we concentrate on the Mori, possibly even directly aiding us against the Mori. And yeah, should be a good thing. I'm even thinking if these plot events weren't coming, where we finally get to move further in Kyushu without messing up the story, I would be inclined to declare war on that other clan that's on Shikoku, but that would be robbing the Chosakabe of more resources. Like, I don't want them to be super weak if we're going to be their allies. Because I do feel like I'll feel a little bad if we have to break the marriage and betray them. I mean, that was essential for the Date's survival in my Sphere of Influence LP. They were not strong enough to face the Tokugawa. They needed a long-term alliance while they consolidated their strength, and then we had to break the alliance when we'd reached the point where we had our one shot that we took. Here, it's like, we're stronger probably than the Chosakabe right now. Because we've got level 2 infantry. But if we get to the point where I have to break the alliance and just gobble them up, and it's no longer because they're a threat who's going to take over the country if we don't, I'll just feel kind of bad. Either way, when we come back next time, I'm still waiting for plot events to trigger, which will enable us to... I mean, we could take over Kyushu now. I'm pretty sure we could. It's just I'm waiting to see the story events unfold. So I'll catch you next time.